Yo, what's cracking, my Zigified fam? We're back with a new video, and today I'm going to show you how to make beats for kenji, like melodic piano beats. I know I already made a video like this, but we're running it back. We could do it better, I feel like. I could give more sauce in this video as well. Okay, so first of all, we're going to start in F minor, 172 BPM. I like high BPM. So first of all, to build chords, we're going to start with root notes, and I'll play my root notes first and explain. Okay, so obviously, for an F minor, you'd expect to start at F, but no, we start at C sharp, and we kind of move our way up. It's basically just the opposite of another chord progression that goes like this. This is just the opposite. Whoops, I fumbled the bag there. It's just preference. I kind of like this chord progression, but now we gotta actually build chords, you know? And basically, what you want to do is just put notes on top that sound good. There is a rule, like a pattern that you could go by, like to build chords, you could do this. You skip every space in the scale, but obviously I didn't actually do that. But I just basically used my ears to figure out what notes I wanted on top of these root notes. So there we have chords. Well, technically I don't think they're chords because chords have 3 notes, and I only used 2 because I wanted to keep it dead simple, and this was already sounding how I wanted it to sound. And since I feel like the key is keeping it simple, I got this simple top line. So I feel like the most important key here is repetition. As you can see, basically every 2 bars repeats itself with like minor alterations, and that kind of keeps the whole melody flowing, because if you change it up all the time, then nobody will be able to like catch the bounce of the melody, I guess is the right way to say it. And also I used a lot of notes that were next to each other, and that creates like kind of emotional feeling, I think. And I also did this little thing over here, kind of makes it sound more realistic. It's like running up to the note. And also I did Alt-R to randomize the velocity. So I'm also going to go over the effects to make the piano sound like how it does. This is it without effects. And this is it with effects. There's a bit more character. So first of all, I use Shaperbox to add like a halftime, but it's like it's only at 15% mix level. I use this plugin MDA Degrade. It just like kind of like muffles the sound a little bit. I'll turn it up to show you what it actually does. I'll turn it up to 100. It just makes it sound like worse quality, but I kind of like that. But it works way better at lower wetness. And then I added basic delay and reverb, and we got this. Just adds a little bit of character, you know? Okay, so now we got the piano part out of the way, but when the beat actually drops, I kind of don't actually want the piano playing. I want something more like smooth. And this is where I'm spilling sauce. There's this Omnisphere preset, Rosie guitarette, and I just copy and paste the chords into here. It just creates a smooth sound that is less harsh. It just creates a smooth sound that is less harsh than a piano. I also put the same effects on it that I put on the piano because I like these effects. I mess with it heavily. I also wanted a similar sound for the top line, but not the same exact sound, so I went in Toxic Biohazard and found this preset FM Piano A. This is a stock plugin, by the way. It's goated. It's kind of underrated. And I also put the same effects on this pretty much that I put on everything else. I just messed with this like effects chain, I guess. And then I wanted one more like low-key melody element here. I just copy and pasted the piano again, but I half-timed it and also added this gross beat preset. So yeah, it's like very low-key. Okay, I quickly laid this out. This is kind of how I like envision like the beat going, or like this is how I envision the beat being arranged. So we start out with the piano, and then say like the drums were here, it would drop into like this more low-key smooth melody here. Yeah, like you get what I mean. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to like leave room for an artist. Like say if an artist was like singing or rapping on this beat, the piano is kind of in your face, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't leave much room. It kind of takes up a lot of frequencies. But this melody I made here is kind of like way smoother and just doesn't have as much like higher frequencies, so it doesn't take up as much room. At least that's my thought process, by the way. And it also like will create a big contrast, so the drop will sound better. Anyway, I think it's time to get into some drums here. So I'm gonna start off by adding an open hat to the downbeat. Just a good way to start it off. And I also got a 2-step hi-hat pattern with 1/6 beat rolls here. Gonna add a clap now. And I'm just gonna add a snare for bounce. Just for more bounce, I'm adding this low-key open hat. The key is to really not overdo it. That is about it for like the percussion sounds, besides an 808 and kick, by the way. So obviously for the 808, just follow the root notes. I feel like everyone knows this by now. And as you can see, I really kept it like sparing. I used the 808 sparingly, I guess that's the way you should say it. But especially at like a high tempo, like 808's constantly hitting, like kind of gets disorienting. So you probably should not do that. Keep it simple. And I added a kick as well, and here is all the drums together. And there we go. It's time to arrange. We got all the sounds ready to go. And through the power of editing, here we go. Bam. So I'm just going to start it off simple with the piano, because that's what I envisioned. And I guess kind of for like the pre-hook, dude. Pre-chorus, whatever the heck. I got some drums going as well as more of the melody going. It's just kind of building up, you know. And I got this riser effect, and when it drops, it's gonna drop into like this smoother melody. Hold up. And you could probably see my philosophy with this melody layer right here. It just creates like such like a subtle difference, like, but you can feel it, and it just creates like the slightest bit of variation. And then I only bring the piano back for the bridges, and that's it, just to like, create contrast. Also, I recommend that you EQ the low end out of the melodies, or else your 808 will not hit and it'll sound like trash. I'm sure a lot of you already know that as well. But yeah, that is it. That is really all there is to it. If you enjoyed, you know what to do. You'll follow the Instagram. Yeah, but if you enjoyed, you know exactly what to do. I do not have to tell you what to do. Thanks for watching.